Let's get you the very latest on that headline story. We take you live now to Wits University, where Tumaole Mohlaoli is standing by to tell us what it is that we are seeing and hearing at this hour. Tumaole, you standing by to speak to Nehawu, which has been in solidarity pretty much with the students there.
Yes, indeed. Nehawu has been in solidarity with the students throughout the large part of the day. They've been singing and, protesting, if one would use that analogy, with the students and saying that they stand toe-to-toe with them, because many of the Nehawu members are parents of the students who are protesting over many issues, including financial exclusion. But let's hear now, of course, from Nehawu's branch secretary at Wits, Thabo Modise. Mr. Modise, please let us know, in terms of what happened earlier, we saw what seemed to be like a clash between your members or students as well as security. What was the clash all about? Some of the members even went away with those shields that the security carries. What is going on?
No, actually, it was not a clash. I mean, it's just common sense. It started raining very hard, and there's shelter there. So all the protesters, including our Nehawu members, we just ran for shelter. So those guys, they just, overreacted, and they thought it's another, attack. I guess they're still traumatized from Friday, so maybe the bouncers need some counseling or something, we don't know. But yeah, I mean, the members just wanted to stand underneath the shelter because it was raining very heavy. See, as you can see now, the rain is subsided a little bit, so hence now we can again continue with our picket. And just to be clear, this is a Nehawu event, by the way, that's taking place right now. It's a Nehawu event, as we've been explaining since last week, that we are going to embark on our lunch hour pickets until the 16th of March, when we go to the CCMA to get our strike certificate. So it's a Nehawu event, and we are well supported by our alliance partners, which are the students, and we also support the student event as well. But this one specifically, it's a Nehawu scheduled event. Even tomorrow, same time, Nehawu will have the same event. So just to clarify that, and it's supported well by the student leadership and the student at large.
Okay, so the Nehawu event, by that you mean that are Nehawu members who are employed at the university that are protesting in solidarity with the students, or is it the other way around, students protesting in solidarity with Nehawu members? If you can just clarify that, I think there was a bit of confusion.
Right, let me just clarify that. We've been engaging the university on salary increases for 2023, and we deadlocked. We reached a deadlock, hence we referred the matter to the CMA, which is sitting on the 16th of March. In the meantime, while we're waiting for that date, every lunch we're going to have these pickets. So it's called lunch hour pickets, which are embarking on as Nehawu. When I say Nehawu, I mean in Nehawu at Wits, the branch itself. Yeah.
And what about the student protests themselves? As Nehawu, what's your position in terms of the demands? I mean, when you look at the demands that have been sent to management, the 10,000 rand deposit required to access a Wits residence must be waived. Students are saying that they can't get access to residence, and there's also impact on their access to the overall education here at the university. What do you say in solidarity to the university on behalf of the students?
You know what? We support the students. I mean, we went through all those demands, and really, I mean, those are issues that affect society. Some of them have got some historical background to it, in the form of historical disadvantages, and all of a sudden they're being ignored. Right now, I mean, the fact that a student is now at Wits, that doesn't erase your past. So some of these things, it's more than Wits, actually. I mean, so we support the students. We are in solidarity with the students, and hence you saw last week Friday, same time, same venue, there was a big student protest and a big Nehawu picket. So the two events collaborated and be one event. So to show that we work together, with the students. Like I said, it's our alliance partners. So I mean, there's no staff member. If there's no student, there's no student without a staff member. We need each other.
All right, no, thank you very much, Mr. Modise. That was Thabo Modise, Nehawu, who's a branch secretary leader here at Wits University. But let me step out of shot there, just to give you what's happening. Even though it seems as if the heavens continue to open up, you see a small group of protesters there on the steps to the main hall, where they have been denied access by security, it must be said, and they continue to protest and say that they will furthermore not leave their point and will continue with this protest going forward. That would presumably be into the next couple of days until their demands are met. And of course, those demands center around financial exclusion, which also would include exclusion of accommodation, and basically accusing the university of reneging on previous promises to try and engage constructively, they would say, with the student and of course the other wider mass society organizations, including Nehawu and the other workers here at the university. So it's a myriad of issues that the protesters are fighting about. And if I can just come in there and bring you again one of the demands, and the demand is that the 10,000 rand deposit required to access a Wits residence be waived. The students and the other organizations, including Nehawu, which would represent parents of those students, saying that 10,000 rand deposit for students to have a place to put their head at night. Many students coming from other places away from Johannesburg, including out of Gauteng, is something that creates a real crisis in terms of security and safety of those students, many having to find alternative forms of accommodation that are not exactly very good and very becoming, as well as the university agreeing that active residence offers may apply for this waiver through the WCCO, an organization that's supposed to basically oversee this process. Many of the protesters saying that that particular organization is not necessarily doing what it's supposed to. But another demand is that all students must be provided with data to help mitigate against the impact of load shedding and taking socio-economic circumstances of students into account. Now, this is what is called the new demands. Students have been meeting on campus throughout the last couple of days, and the demands that they initially put forward to management have increased. And another last response or demand is that academic recovery or catch-up plans must be put in place for all students who registered late, those who could not register on time due to financial constraints, as well as exclusion when it comes to residents and all other myriad of problems that they face. But that's the situation right here from Wits.
Tumaole Mohlaoli, thank you very much for that update.